¿Música ya o qué pasa? Ahí, gracias. Madre mía. Joder, esta pantalla va mejor. Es el fueguecito de mierda de antes. Pues nada, lo dicho. Vamos a continuar un poquito con recaditos fantasy. Porque recuerdo que dejé un montón de recados pendientes. Y los que quedan. Porque vi el mapa mundi y dije, madre mía. Recaditos. Hay por todos los recaditos para hacer. ¿Eh? ¿Por dónde empezamos? A ver. Tiquititín. Tiquititín. Mira, que aquí hay dos. Pam, para, pam, pam, pam. Por cierto, ya tengo el Silent Hill 2 Remake para esta noche, pero lo que no lo tengo es instalado. Espero que no tarde mucho luego en instalarse. Así que esta noche probamos a ver qué tal el remake. Que el 2 al final se me ha hecho el clásico bastante corto. Bueno, bastante bien. Ay, carguitas, carguitas del diablo. Bueno, pues nada, aprovechamos a beber agua. Hoy toca pantallas de carga time, sí. La mitad del stream va a ser esto, pantallas de carga. Lamentablemente. Sí, porque he visto que además, por lo menos es hacer secundarias, no tengo que ir a buscar escorias. Pero bueno, las escorias sean divertidas, dentro de lo malo. Pero bueno. Ya lo tenía asumido, que hoy iba a ser... Vamos aquí, ahora aquí, ahora aquí. Comete cargas de pantalla. Otra más y otra más. Ya así cerrando otra más. Bien. Bien. Eso es que va quedando poquito de juego. Pero claro, antes de seguir con el principal, me gustaría cerrar el resto primero.
Nora should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Cargas y lags. Lags y cargas. ¿Qué pasa, Marta? ¿Otra vez ayuda?
Ah, Clive, I was just about... I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in his seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the mean, but if his pool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for... As of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of a cat. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those
Nada, vamos para allá.
All right.
Thanks. There. That should be enough.
Verduras guisal. Esto van a cultivar. Pasteiner,
These all
todo.
greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of it, they ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he does, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Hola, hola, lagazos. Cerca. De repente venimos aquí a que había un señor.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to. starts out. Nearly done. I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
Ahí estamos tontos, detrás de la
Colours
casa.
too. Mostly green.
Si me pones aquí. Ya está, arte de comer es problemático, ¿eh? Doris.
Looking for shelter, are you? Come on inside, I'll introduce you to Martha.
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin? Look for busy blades.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good.
Me estoy alejando. Es que si es allí.
Looking at people's faces.
I'm a son of Rosaria, after all. Born survivor.
How do? That all, is it?
¿Pero dónde está Doris? ¿Quiere nadie más para hablar? ¿Aquí estamos tontos? ¿O qué pasa? Ah, mira de ahí.
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
¿Qué haces, Doris?
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's room?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long... She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So,
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from after her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach. She hired herself an Imperial escort. She's dangerous, Sid. But
then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety.
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back.
Pues nada. Muchas cosas que hacer, ¿eh? Y todas lejos. Vamos aquí primero. Cargas de pantalla. No, pantallas de carga. Cargas de gominolas. Sí, por lo menos tengo para parar un camión. Ahora mismo. Lo que pasa es que tampoco quiero abusar. Es que me obligan. Buenas, os traigo semillitas de chocobo.
Ah, Lord Rossfield.
No soy yo, soy el
What
juego.
brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
Toma, semillitas. Una, solo.
These are Gizal green. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then. I jest, of course. You see, I have, but they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers how to plant so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not about... These bearers had only recently escaped them. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their lives. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here, not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, it's about time we all started to provide for ourselves.
Pues sí, todos granjeros.
Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been a long...
The Horde is close.
Ya, pues
They're
ya.
coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for
Yes, Sir Wade.
Que no me guiaba yo.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the... We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that my...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just...
What if you could call on reinforcements?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. And that though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians, what help they are able to offer.
Claro, es un puto arma al menos.
You're right, I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
Están poco motivados.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it.
Eso es.
No, I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you.
A mover el culo y ganaros el pan. Básicamente es eso.
Homes, your freedom,
Lo pretendes que encima lo protejan otros, vuestra casa.
So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and
Con una
women?
sartén.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to
Una que
lose it.
entiende ya, por fin.
I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Yeah.
For Eastpool!
For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Les ha motivado.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
No, ya a luchar. A la horda esa.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking,
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of me.
Lord Rossfield, my lady,
So what's the plan of...
we'll divide our forces into several small detachments. each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creature...
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers. We will, with luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head. I'd say you have both in abundance, so wait. But you'll be neat, please. Leave the last of the fight.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade, they're here.
No, porque yo mato más que tú, realmente.
Then you know what you must do. We work together. Everyone playing, each shielding the other, that no man might fall. That east for Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Nada. A la batalla.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Ah, con la sartén, que seguro tiene pinta de ser efectiva. Yo tengo fuego en la mirada.
You're calm before the storm.
Ay, no he puesto a Garuda.
And here it comes.
La reputa. Bueno, pero tengo al amigo. Al amigo lagazos. Ay, mierda. Volaron. Chachi. Vaya por Dios. Vaya por Dios. Chipun. ¿Esto era todo?
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Venga la
Our
casco.
guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No.
No, let them finish the job. You
Ya voy
stay
yo.
here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Sí. Me debería ayudar. Marta, ¿qué haces aquí? ¡A luchar! Que un bengal me la puedo liar. Chocopatada, chocopatada y lagazo. ¿Dónde está el bengal? Míralo.
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Ay, coño, déjame esquivar.
We needed that. Nice try. Get him. Slow.
Wow. Está bien, está bien.
All right. Back to East Pool.
Sí, wow, sí, sí, tal cual. Yo pensaba que se iba a levantar de esa o algo.
Lord Rossfield, the curl, is it?
It's dead.
Tiene una cara de Feliciano a veces. El otro. Ahora no, pero a veces tiene
And
cara
for
de.
you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the horde.
Hostia, que no he probado
We
así,
have
va.
guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I
Se me
hesitate
había
to
olvidado
say it,
completamente,
but
tenía así, va.
I think it might be over.
I think it might.
¿Qué me recomiendas? Me voy a hacer un set
We
nuevo.
did it. We saved Eastpool.
No, pues sí la tenía, no, pero no me acordaba.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together. Showed us what it...
We never had nothing to call our own before. But Now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. But there's no doubt in my... We're free men now. So we have to we have to fight to protect what's ours.
And we shall. This is our home. And if any...
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on then.
This village isn't gonna rebuild.
Pues ni le han tocado. Creo.
They're not slaves anymore.
Yo la
No.
Ahora voy a probar.
They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight. And I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village.
Shiva, Garuda y Titán.
After all,
Vale.
this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an East Pulian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, sir.
Ya, yo con Bajamul le he puesto el Gigafulgor también,
Proud all the same.
Eso mete bien a gusto. Gigafulgor con el rayito de Ramón.
Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Buena combinación.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together. And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Adiós.
Lord Rossfield.
Sí, la verdad que sí, hay muchas combinaciones, está guay.
Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind Mob.
Sí, la primera
How
misión.
could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You. Facing
Well,
since that
el
day,
Molbol.
there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well. But every time I would think back to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Ahora miramos, Vamos a cobrar la misión esta. ¡Ah! Las cargas del diablo. Bueno, espero que como es directamente a cobrar una misión, sea más rápido. ¿Ahora? No. ¿Ahora? No. ¿Y ahora? No. ¿Y ahora? Pues no. Oye, tío, por favor, es que es la hostia esto. Y ya pensando con todos los viajes rápidos que tengo que hacer hoy, es como... Por favor. Puede ser. Eso que he hecho limpieza, del PC, pero...
The hero return. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get reward. Take it before I check.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back and a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see that?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, though I suppose the rest ain't much different. You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around me. I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my heart told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dug right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he... And you know what he did? He smiled, and then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that...
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, he certainly didn't lack for...
Indeed.
Pero matar.
But the loftier one's ambitions, which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like...
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-de... It's almost enough to give you a...
Just a little.
Anyway, enough natter. Better
Sí,
get back
por
to
favor.
work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world.
That sounds like a...
Una recompensa. Tengo 4800 de experiencia, muy bien. Cartel de las Choco... No, otro tesoro. Bueno, otro viaje rápido. Astilleros de Odin. Qué bonito, Qué bonito. Momento aluvia. Bien. Cuando me dan trofeo me imagino que es eso, que se ha cerrado ya ese arco. Yo me voy a rápido aquí. No sé si me ha dado tiempo ni a comerme la chuche. Eso. A ver. Hemos dicho Shiva. Garuda y Titán. Dicho Titán. Las de Titán, evidentemente, me voy a ir a las de siempre. Y Shiva, a ver, epa, a ver Shiva. Es conseguir el poder de Shiva. Y luego falta aquí Odin. Y ya está. ¿No? Sí, eso es. Hay dos más, no entran. A ver, Shiva. Hemos dicho. La tocha es esta, la de Shiva, ¿no? Entonces, ¿qué me recomiendas? ¿Polvo de diamantes? ¿Y esquirlas punzantes? ¿Esto qué es? Eso está guay también, ¿eh? Pero claro, si se mueven de ahí ya no vale para nada. Me gusta más este. Para tenerla ya por lo menos, ¿eh? Pues igual que esta, no sé por qué no la tengo ya también. O esta. Solo que me dan un logro si desbloqueo todas. Pero bueno, si me sobran ya iré desbloqueando. Entonces hemos dicho, a Shiva le ponemos el polvo de diamantes en el cuadrado. Y la otra, skills pendientes. Garuda le voy a poner el ciclón, evidentemente. Este puedo poner. Es que este me gusta demasiado, Lo siento, es que ese se lo voy a poner. Le hago el especial con el triángulo. Los puedo atraer con esta. Y luego con esto se lo comen todo. Hay que probar. Lagazo incluido. Y va dejando cositas. Entiendo.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Chun, 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 chun. Garras y el ataque en área. ¡Qué lagazos, por favor! Y este. Espérate, que el ataque en área creo que no lo tengo ni activado. ¿Cuál es este, no? No. Sí, el ataque en área es este, el ciclón lacerante. ¡Eh! Este, ¿no? Ciclón lacerante. Pero a ver. He pasado... Sí. Es que es por el puto puente. No, mentira. Tiro, tiro, tito, tiro. Tirori, tiro, tirorito, tiro. Cerca.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
¡Mago! Sigue habiendo un mago. Y sigue habiendo un mago. Creo que este no era, ¿no? No, pero esto es una will para matar masillas, ¿eh?
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender.
Sid.
Me tiene la espada por la boca.
Ah, Doris. You know, I always but casting your lot with this criminal.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once she raised me like a daughter. And I did.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely, you were always so eager to learn. And had such clever hands. But you proved yourself a master of both. How about it, my little deck?
I never swore my blade to you. To liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, master.
You always were a righteous. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
¿Vas a matar o qué? ¿Talán?
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. And she no longer has friends in high places. The dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court.
All right.
I am. And thank you.
Venga, ya está.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
No, no. Todavía no te vas. Aquí quedan cosas por hacer. Y como me lleve la guarida. Esta carga en negro no me gusta nada, ¿eh? ¡No me gusta nada! Suena mal. ¿Por qué hemos vuelto? Momentos más tarde.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned so the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sambrek, and she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or anyway. Thanks again, Sid.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Misión cumplida. Un meteorito y piedrecitas. Pero la madre que te trajo, no quería volver todavía, temón. Tirititín. Tirititín. Cargando. Me paso el día cargando. Y estas fotitos mirando. Ay, por favor. Por lo menos no ha sido tanto. Bueno, duendecillos hay.
Let's go.
Vaguada chalupa. Tira para arriba. Tiroriro, no. Pulsera de minotauro. No, es por aquí. ¿Será eso, digo yo?
I need to deal with these ones first.
Vaya. Ay, por Dios.
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Ya, pero es que hay veces que no entiendo por qué no lo hace. Y sé que es después de la mitad de estamina que tiene, ¿eh? O sea, pero el dash o el esquive. O sea, el esquive, ¿no? No el dash. El dash, vale. Por aquí hay mucha misión también, ¿eh? Por el desierto este. Así que nada, vamos aquí al medio. Atrapuz. Ah, este es el del herrero, la misión del herrero. Pues sí, ya que estamos, vamos a hacerla también. Oh. Una carga, una chucha. Es que he dormido fatal, ¿eh? Estoy un poco así cansadete. Ah, vale. O sea, es justo cuando esté a la mitad.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Cosas.
Anyone without a blade, come and get one. Sharpest edge in Dravost, guaranteed.
Augusto, ¿qué pasa?
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back. Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not even who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
El otro.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old cops.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
I did, but that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost. But...
No.
Bloody stupid. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequence. I may be a selfish prick, but...
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is...
Fine. I've said my...
Yeah. So...
Ya se han desahogado.
I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. Short enough on time as it still... Give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight.
El lagazo también te espera, no te preocupes. Venga, chaval. Ahora.
You,
Sí. ¿A qué hemos
We
venido?
can't afford to waste any more.
right you are. Might be worth having one last... Don't want any nasty surprises, do... Oh, and... Blackthorn. You and Zoltan...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And they're...
What was that?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons...
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barrack. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's...
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You will.
Tal, hombre.
But it won't come to that. Take good care of Dravoj.
Leave it to me. And...
¿Qué es eso? Un toro casi.
All right. Which one of you's first? Slow. Get him. All yours, Torgal.
Pedazotes en el culo. Ya algo, ¿eh? Encima el de hielo se carga súper rápido. No está mal Shiva, pero no me termina de gustar, Bueno. Una quimera. Pero eso no es acásico. ¡Pollas! Oye, oye, oye. Queda mitad de vida todavía, Se me olvida que tengo este dash. Buen guantazo. Nada, otro meteorito más. Este bicho me gusta.
Oh, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You.
I.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like.
Todos.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall.
Good.
In time, yeah. But we can.
Vamos, que ya me he cargado a todos.
Sid! You're even enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly...
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines...
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand sure.
Al final lo mejor, sí.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravosh needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I...
Too bloody right you should.
Ya, se van a dar un besito de ahí.
Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to... And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something we can agree. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
You... Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... Dravo, our work used to be the pride of... Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day. Because it's easy. It's not about the craft anymore.
Hola, Ino.
I wouldn't send myself
Buenas
to war the
tardes.
shit most of us miss them. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying
Ha
to
sido un
by
gatito malo
example,
ya.
but
Bueno, le hemos hecho tastas en el
Castle
culo.
Apprentice has as much passion for the craft as
Sí,
come
ya
back
se
to
llevan
us,
bien.
Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the...
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling.
I never thought I'd see that.
Está feliz el hombre. Está feliz.
I'd say that went pretty well.
Even better than I'd hoped.
Pues sí. Eso, hoy toca día intenso de pantallas de carga.
I've got something for you.
¿Qué tienes para mí? ¿Qué tienes? ¡Hombre! La medalla.
And this is?
A token of our lasting but I'm of a mind that designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler, and they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravost in the first place? I knew I'd never surpass you with a hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand between the two of us. I'd say we're the equal of it.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came...
As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan.
Vamos a forjar una leyenda. Bueno, ahora que mandan la medalla. Espérate. Qué raro, no hay nadie que quiera. Aquí no hay nadie que quiera misioncitas. Pues nada, vamos aquí a Dalimil. Bueno, pues nada, otra pantalla de carga, otra chuche. Pero tan exagerados son, ¿eh? Es que no lo he jugado. ¿Hay 5 minutos de carga o qué? Oh, tío, ahora me estoy acordando los créditos del Rayman Origins, que eran casi 20-25 minutos de créditos sin poder saltar ni nada. Madre mía. Pero luego no sé quién fue, si Hawk o Neon, que puso ahí en Discord cuánto duró, no me acuerdo quién fue, que puso cuánto duraban los créditos. Arcael, creo que fue Arcael. Cuánto duraban los créditos de un juego, ¿cómo se llamaba? El Concord. Y era 1 hora y pico. Y era como, madre mía. ¿Todavía te toca ayudarte a ti? Te puedes decir a hacer la compra, tomarte algo, volver y él sigue los créditos.
To what do I owe the... I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone...
Since we brought it, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full and the bandits still...
¿En serio es así? Qué horrible.
Just as the good...
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act... Speaking of menaces...
Me parece muy bien. Y bonito.
Maybe a rather worrying one just over the...
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting... And they might have... They have formed what one could call... And they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it
might
be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the corps, perhaps
¿Qué es un canal de lucha o así?
might be willing to lend us his aid once more.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy.
A league of outlaws.
Pues yo no conozco, la verdad. Yo es que no estoy muy puesto en streamers y así. Y eso que streameo, ¿eh? No estoy muy poco puesto.
Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnus by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fond, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another.
Gracias,
Sentiment, Master Lubor certainly...
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces.
De Inazuma.
There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once, but we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many camps as we can.
All right.
There's one upriver. Just out there, across...
Leave it with me.
Me suena, ¿eh? ¿Al desierto? Al desierto. Y luego ahí hay un caminito que me lleva... Uf. No me gusta el camino este. A todo ganas de zomboid con ustedes. Pues no sé cuándo podremos. Cualquier tarde que os apetezca.
Good girl.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
Time to fight.
Lagazos Fantasy. Es como un turbo esto, ¿no?
Come on then, Toggle.
Mira, ese perro no parece muy amigable.
That's him. The one who killed Locke and Fingers. Take his head off.
Puto mago. ¡Puto mago! ¡La ira para el mago! Lagazos fantasy. Y un mago. ¡Sufre, mago! Se ha quedado sin garganta ese último, ¿eh?
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you?
Ay, sí, siempre se me olvida.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but...
No. Something's happened.
Ha pasado algo.
The whole town's in up. They're saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape. And he says some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is still. All those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who...
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here. But I know one thing. Lubor need...
You're right.
¡Pero no vayas! Tenía que andar un poco más para adelante.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well, it was...
We're sorry, Lubor, but we just couldn't...
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
¿Qué les pasa al resto?
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all the...
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that not...
No, pero estos son racistas de portadores también.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who... They know that Lubor and I are friends. I'm Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can.
Es verdad que yo era Sotomonte para ellos. Lord Sotomonte.
Lubor, I can't promise anything, but...
And that is all I...
Sotomonte.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they
Que además ese sale esos anillos, también usan ese nombre.
I knew all along that he was playing us for fools.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but...
As have I, Lord Underhill. Was the rumors that he's a bearer?
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the... In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little
leniency?
He pretended to be one of us when...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be...
So what do you propose? Will you...
Perhaps. That is a
Sorry,
question
bro,
for the
okay.
people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
¿Alguna pregunta?
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things different.
All right.
Que te tienes que ir, hijo mío.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them.
No. You and your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. That a blade is a reflection. To yourself be true. That was rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to... And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have... For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who has ever will be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to...
I would not take it, Victor.
Over, you say. And so just like that, you're going to throw this... I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you...
Adiós, Victor.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do.
I'll bear it in mind.
Venga, hombre, dame la puta recompensa ya. Meteorito y cenizas. Esa es para cobrar. ¿Pusimos estantes ahí? 8. Son la leche, ¿eh? Vamos aquí a Tabor. Otra carga más. Otra carga más. Son la leche, merche. Ahí va. ¡Ah! Se me caen las cosas. Ha sido rápido esta vez. Buenas, Cyril.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might...
Perhaps. My brother said that you're... Have you learned anything of note since...
Little unless, I regret to...
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until even now our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm.
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft cited as if protecting the secrets we'd see unearthed. Should our methods be of interest, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number.
Would that be possible?
Of course. As perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discovery.
All right.
They will be most Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord.
Vamos a ver. ¿A dónde tengo que ir? Aquí, ¿no? Me quiero ir al norte.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
Planicie de Rimasov. Cuidado que te quemas. Está lejillos, ¿eh? ¡Hay pajarillos! Garras letales.
Enough of you, are there? You deserve a rest.
Ha hecho pupas, ¿eh? La experiencia no me ha dado.
Two down, one to go.
¡Qué remedio! Tiroriro, no. Por lo menos yo tengo el segundo objeto empirio que tenía que buscar. Solo nos queda uno más. Tiro, Tirorito, tiro. Fiu, fiu.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Que lagazos. Por aquí. Tun, 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 tun. Tira para adelante. ¡Ay! Espero que no le haya hecho mucho daño. Voy a seguir el camino. Tirorito, tiro, tito, tito, tiro, tirorito, tiro. ¿Qué miras, perro? Tirorito, tiro, 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 tirorito, tiro. Ah, pues mira, otro belisco aquí activo.
You deserve a rest.
Coño, no sabía que había aquí un pueblo. Había. Están todos muertos.
Oh no.
No.
You'll pay for this. May still be spiders.
¿Más?
Whatever that thing is, say it's their leader. Flow.
Ay, la arañita que faltaba.
Should have stayed in the past.
Pues sí. Mucha gente muerta, ¿eh?
Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. Thanks to them, and to you, we were...
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before. Surely this survey wasn't worth done.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's, a duty of the highest import, as I'm sure...
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the... Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your...
I see. That is most kind. Pray.
Pero me ha gustado un pelo, ¿eh? La manera
May
es...
the firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this.
Sí, vamos a llevar el informe y nos olvidamos de esta misión. Por cierto, carga. Sí. Oye, se oyen los gritos de fuera, ¿eh? Madre mía.
Here.
Toma tus informes de mierda.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might...
Cyril. Losses which could have been avoided had the others not chosen to complete their work instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is of...
My lord, I fear that the Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and we live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal follow provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua please.
I thank you. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his and we of the Undying will do what we believe as first shield to the Phoenix. I am sure you understand.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Al servicio del Fénix. Una otra misión hecha. A ver qué queda por ahí. Bien. Kretov. Ah, vale, que esto lo acabo de descubrir ahora. Ah, venga, van quedando pocas, a ver. Aquí también una misión de... Aquí 2. Oye, mira, si todo sale bien, a lo mejor puedo hacer algo de lore. Historia principal, a ver qué pasa. Pues seguro que avanzan 2 segundos y ya hago una secundaria nueva, seguro. Venga, hijo mío, venga. Yo un buen rato queriendo cambiármelo y no lo hacía. Pues no, todavía no tengo el DLC. Me haré el juego base y luego ya DLC, supongo. Tampoco estoy muy motivado para jugar los DLC realmente. Como sean más horas de cargas de pantalla de carga.
Ah, Clive, you'll be pleased to know that...
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randalar has just sent word that the contract should... But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving... You couldn't do me a quick...
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that.
Ya sé. Sí, Aaron me dijo lo mismo, que la play tarda nada.
Find out exactly how much faster I need to get...
All right.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Pues nada, vamos para allá. Habla con Lois.
What's happened?
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their... I know, but no buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from the talks with the Republican Army have fallen. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all.
Elle? What? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look...
And with good reason.
Es la vida del mercado.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearer. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. And at the price they... I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my body? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates.
Se autoinvita para que le proteja.
You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited. Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. Who've been doing... She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if she means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my... I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure that... You go to Randalar...
Que sí, no me has hecho chapas, adiós. Chao.
All right. To Randalar then.
A Randalar, está muy lejos. Al otro lado.
Better not keep Eloise waiting.
Sí, vamos a hacerlo ya.
What I wouldn't give for a hot.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Después de esta debería comprarme pociones, sí. Eso tuvo una otra poción. Epa. Más adelante.
What's happened?
Señor.
Well met. A fine choice. Many thanks. You've a discerning eye.
Ah, ya puedo ir tranquilamente. Bien, por fin.
Come on.
Sí, un poco hecho un Cristo, Ya, creo que ya lleva esperando demasiado rato la señora. ¡Es vuestra culpa! Porque te vas que si no.
Thanks, girl.
Eloise.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consort?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently... We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then use...
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without... But what is done is done. Come then.
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water.
Allende la mar.
A most demanding fellow, if any. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks. That's what you get when you deal with continental type.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it, my interest in joining you...
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
Bueno, lo que pretendían, que los uniera. ¿Y ya está? Vaya mierda misión. Vaya basura misión. Vaya basura misión.
Sorry you weren't able to save.
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those... Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal. I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And If what he said was true, they deserved more. I wanted so bad.
Eloise!
Eloise!
Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and...
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just...
Pues nada. A matar bichitos y dragones.
Hold on, Theo.
Aguanta, Theo.
I'm coming.
Ay. Aguanta, Teo. Teodoro. Otra carga más. ¡Qué raro! Para que ir a primero a la derecha.
Let's go.
Quebrada de dracos. ¡Ah, puto dónde!
Back to the stables, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that.
Talk.
Vaya de cerda.
Ready, go? Faster!
Sí, sí. Y el bicho voló.
Where are you, Theo?
Al fondo. Eso tiene un escenario. Eso tiene una pinta de escenario de boss. Con mogollón de éter,
Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
Ahora viene el dragón.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
No, el dragón ya lo he encontrado.
Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Get him!
Ah, puta. Lo mató el viento. Mira. Nice. ¿Dónde está Teodoro?
Theodore, you had me worried for...
No, si estará cásico.
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that.
¿Esto qué se le ocurre?
Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave.
Uy, yo no te pienso matar, ¿eh?
You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore!
Tengo que matarlo. Sea cásico ya, no puedo hacer nada.
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Se va a inmolar.
Of my sister. Vito. Wait. Goodbye. Oh.
¡Oh! Y la cabeza voló. Vaya por Dios. Momentos más tarde.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone.
Se murió.
Because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted that being with my brother meant more to me than tradition. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a hot. He was never a burden. How, if anything?
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You did whatever was necessary, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo.
Pero no te habías calmado. Está visto que no.
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but we can make a difference here. We can help people. I need nothing, so I'll carry on doing what we do. Bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen. The life
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can.
Thank you. Let's go on
Casa nunca.
together then.
Bueno, lo tonto haciendo secundarias voy a subir el level, Ah, mira. Pero ya está. Ya manda el cartel. Esto está terminado. Esta zona. Ya solo me queda esto de aquí. Ahí. Por lo menos que cargue. Y me tomo el descansito, ¿vale? Pero que cargue por lo menos primero. Tin ta ta ton tarariroram. Se queda pillado esto. Ahora. Pero pillado ahora. Pilladísimo. Esto pasa porque no para de tocar. A ver. Madre mía. Voy a volver a juego porque visto lo visto. Carga y carga y carga y carga y carga y carga. Pero bueno, ya es la última zona donde tengo misiones secundarias que hacer. Y encima tengo 2 seguidas aquí. Las hacemos a cobrar. Y a seguir historieta, digo yo. Bueno, nos quedamos aquí en Chronics Marcianes. Bueno, al final ya he hecho misiones, sobre todo secundarias. Y no sé, tengo la sensación de que todavía me faltan bastantes más, Ay. Es mucho mejor el Superstars, que viene con juegos clásicos de otros Mario Parties. Está muy guay. Nada, vamos a seguir con la aventurita de esto, así con los recaditos fantasy. ¡Lo sabía! ¡Qué gusto de! Un segundo, Ahí está. Pues eso, al final no voy a salir, así que estaremos aquí hasta las 10 o así. Y chimpún. Tenemos que ir a 2 sitios. Aquí primero vamos a ver qué quieren aquí. Y luego supongo yo a por último artefacto Imperio de esos. A visitar a las putillas. Putitas. Putitas. ¡Ay, los lags!
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be...
What's happened?
¿Qué pasó?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Second only to his radiant... Not that any of those things still exist. Now he...
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build a new... He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the...
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking a man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire, Philippe's comrades. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny, given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people...
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you, Up for your services to Northreach. You have the respect of the soldiers. And they will. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty. Well?
Bueno.
I'll see what I can.
Thank you.
Hemos venido a hacer recaos.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the...
All right. I may have met this dude before. At the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Sí. Lo que no tengo es instalado. A ver si me lo instalo luego en un momento. Pero sí, me lo tengo bajado ya. Si todo sale bien, pues tenemos Silent Hill esta noche. Si no, pues... Si hay otra cosa... Sí, en cuanto termine, en cuanto corte me va a poner a instalar mientras ceno.
I was hoping I might be able to speak.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. Here's it. Wait here. I'll go.
A ver qué tal va. Ojalá vaya bien.
You are the sellsword who lent his aid, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire.
Ah, you are worried the expanded, yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man, pride of place, in fact. For too long, but no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the... which is more than can be said for Odin. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe North... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build a wall around both to create... Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be...
The people will do as their leaders... If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a function, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous...
I suspect.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead...
Without an empire, there...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
Sí, pírate.
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Yo me voy. Ha sido un yo me voy.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to your needs.
Los tres están fuera. Vale. ¿Qué me cuentas tú, a ver?
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of it.
Not much. None. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we... If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint.
Vale, no tienen simpatía. Está claro.
I got peppers to numb your tongue and put fire in you.
Me pica el ojo.
Welcome, welcome. I'll be here if you need me.
Con esta quería hablar.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain...
Nothing good, are we? Going around acting like he owns the place, and with hardly a word to the dame.
This is her town.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she's just need His Eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Que yo creo que es lo que va a acabar pasando, ¿eh?
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you got... If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty it, we'll do whatever it takes to keep whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem
Pues ya vos
united
habla con la
enough.
peña.
What about the soldiers?
Hombre, pero si ya has visto con qué ínfulas ha venido. No, que le den los bienes para reconstruir la ciudad. A ver si no tienen nada, tío.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me, listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife. If the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards.
Pues no.
As long as you
Este mientras le pague le da igual.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into... Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but Empire, once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Igual no tenéis gente para cuando pase eso. Mira el último señor. O señora. El barrendero este.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the...
Well, he's made a lot... I mean, look around us. You can see this. The traders might not like having the screws put on them. But if they've volunteered, a few more... I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of... And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how...
Habrá que aguantarse.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
A ti te mandaba ya a la primera línea. Y si no, aguantarse. Cerca.
Captain.
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with...
To tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved.
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
Thank you, Clive. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Well, duty, thanks again.
¿Qué va a hacer? Se va a revelar. Yo eso lo quiero ver, a cobrar. A cobrar. Tenía que ir andando. Estaba a 80 metros. En fin.
Ah, Clive, were you able to speak?
I was.
Sí, pero... ¿resumen?
Well,
It will certainly help to hold back, though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions.
Es que tenías ganas de comer. No, pues no he comido.
Encima no he comido. He sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow them, and not just because of the Duke's rank.
I thought had I sworn to protect Sanbreque? I dare thank you.
I don't know about that.
¿Qué pasa?
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call.
Why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, protecting North. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. And we have only to turn our attentions to the true
su corazón, sí, o su pito.
Thank you, Philippe.
Anything for you. Speaking of
en este caso fue su
together,
pito.
Would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier task.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Ya vas.
There may be hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you and Philippe to I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke. In the stubborn belief, but I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then.
Until then.
No, hombre, yo quiero cerrar este arco también. Algo me dice que en un futuro tengo que volver, ¿eh? Nada, vamos a hacer la última misión que tengo para hacer. El último recao.
Those things I said before about
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
Adiós.
Let of us believe these ghosts.
Sí, ya lo vimos ayer. Supongo yo que sea por este camino. Por lo menos Ambrosía ha sido la misión secundaria más útil para mí, ¿eh? La estoy usando. Uf. Tira. Tira. Que el lag no te detenga. Ramillete de rubias.
Safe.
Ahora todo el mundo. También, esa también es muy útil. El chico no lo dice.
That's all of them. Odin can uncross his toes now.
Hemos terminado, ¿no? Ahora sí. Toca gominola. Oye, mira, hemos hecho un poco de misiones secundarias, ¿eh? Por lo menos. Ya me lo has quitado de encima. Venga, por favor. Gracias. Venga. Venga.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Perdón, es que me desespera a veces.
Is it good news?
Good, thankfully. Here.
No, ahora voy a ello.
Brilliant. I'll fit him to the smelter.
Un supermotor. Momentos más tarde.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace?
El horno Telamón. ¡Qué mamón!
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid. And I ain't a...
It's fine, really.
Creo que no.
Don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few...
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon is a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also...
stretchy metal.
That is the spirit. You'll love it.
¿Alguna mejora en algo o en qué?
So, what do you reckon?
It's... Thank you, Odin.
Shh. Don't mention... And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have... Can't think of any right now, but... That's our job, innit? Dream, maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many.
They'll hardly believe they're up.
Misión cumplida. Ya levelamos. Al 42. Morral ampliada, a ver qué es esto. Ah, todavía más sitio para pociones y así. Pues eso está muy bien, ¿eh? De 6 a 8, de 4 a 5. Está bien, está bien, está bien. Oye, mira, estas recompensas sí me gustan. Y encima, un logro. Ah, y ahora vamos a hablar con el herrero. Que está igual más rápido por aquí. Pam, para, pam, para, pam, pam, para, pam.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts? I've never had anything so
Vale, lagazo. Mira, están los dos aquí ya. Voy a hacer la super espada.
We were just about to make a start on that sword, I promise.
It's funny.
but none of this. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning, and that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll... And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready.
To the bellows it is, then.
Pues venga, va. El poder de la amistad. La Ragnarok. ¿O cuál me van a dar?
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Qué bonita.
The sword to...
Te juro que no lo sabía, ¿eh?
It's quite something.
Trust you'll take good care of it.
Ay, es evidente.
Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
No querías, pues toma.
Nah. This was just following the footsteps.
A ver, además cuando la empezaba a ver negra, en plan de uy, uy, ¿qué va a ser? La Ragnarok normalmente es negra. O oscura, vamos.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could
¿Qué
craft
dices?
something even better.
No todavía mejor que la Ragnarok.
Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time.
Que todavía no hemos terminado con esta misión.
Before you start on the next, who fancies rape?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had some.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are up!
Qué feliz el hombre ahora. Le recuerdo cuando lo conocí, que me echó la puta calle del bar. O sea, del bar del pueblo. ¿Qué? A los mismísimos dioses. Pam para pam pam para pam. Ragnarok. Pero la quiero ver ahí equipada. Está chula.
Trouble with your gear, or
¿Cómo?
I never thought me and Zoltan, if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't.
Está hecho ya. Vale, vale.
So, what'll it be?
¿Dónde está la Burning? Hacer oscuro, cuerno de batalla primitivo y 2 oricalcos más. Hostia, pues sí que es mejor, ¿eh? Me pide la Ragnarok también. Perderé la Ragnarok. Es igual. Parito Town. Hemos acabado con las secundarias por fin. Nada, vamos a ver qué hay de lore. No, por el momento, no por fin, por el momento.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
A eso, premios.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Uy, por 20 más no consigo esta, ¿eh?
All yours.
All done?
Buenas. Hemos venido a continuar la misión principal.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
Después de meses.
Really as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of... Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
¿Quién, Bahamut? Dominio cristalino. Suburbios. Míralo. ¡Está vivo!
What is this place?
Don't move.
A ver, le han traído el arma también.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Agua.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Una ceremonia.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Vale, pero es el príncipe, tío.
You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Qué maja la niña.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
¡Qué bien! A Bahamut como ha liado. Nice, nice. Eso me estaba preguntando yo, si era necesario tener que matar a todos los dominantes. Hasta ahora la Garuda sí, Titán sí.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
Para parir, ha
How
dicho.
long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Partir, ¿no?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
Hombre, la historiadora,
I'll go and
eso
tell you
es.
come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
¿Y Clive va a hacer más recaditos? a ver, vamos a mirar ahora.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that.
I do.
Uy. Uy. Vale, vale. Espérate. Escorias nuevas. Tin, tiri, tin, tiri, ti. Tin, tiri, ti, tin. Otro ese. Una caravana de mercaderes atravesó el desierto de Belcroy. Afirma haber visto una extraña criatura con el aspecto de un dragón, un león y un escorpión. Es poco probable que una criatura así exista, pero la inquietud que se reflejaba en sus ojos y el miedo que transmitían sus voces eran reales, aunque cabe la posibilidad de que fuera un espejismo producto del calor. No podemos ignorar el aviso. Esto va a ser otra quimera, ¿verdad? Desierto de Belcroy. Más pequeño no podía ser el territorio, ¿sabes? Puede ser el desierto, en el norte, normal o sur.
I still say it were a compliment.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive.
Pues aquí estoy.
Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy.
I'm not here for mid.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens?
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting up and we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash. And the information we do have, we have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been... If there is anywhere safe to land...
And tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right. If it would interrupt me, and it's over.
No te voy a interrumpir si estas historietas molan. Con el mapa y así.
Barnabas Thumb. The one they call the last king.
Ah, vale, que tiene él un cristal también.
Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left
Ahí sí que no avanzar las tierras estigias,
lost his appetite for war, and yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike.
Hasta ahora hemos visto que sí. Lleva orcos y controla a los bichos.
You will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Yo.
You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it...
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
No. No. O sea, ¿cuánto hemos durado?
Please, Your Grace, stay strong.
La Jote. Las llamas del ave inmortal.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord, yes. It's your brother. Though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on him...
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But his grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him, so I consulted with Tarja and certain of my comrades among the Undone, and thankfully a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is, and our supplies are almost unless we can secure more soon. Your brother's anguish will... My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you.
Es tu hermano.
For Joshua. So.
A rare herb by the name of... It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to... We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stone and...
Well...
Then I shall go in your...
But...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides, I'm a dominant.
Well... Stonewort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. I shall remain here and...
Pues nada, vamos a por esa puta flor de mierda. A ver. Ya que vamos a hacer también la cacería del bicho ese, de la quimera. Estoy de las cargas. Es que es el señor Recaditos. Tres juncos. Tres funcos. Bien, 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 bien. Para que vuelvas. Las cargas son vuestra culpa.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood.
A ver, ¿dónde está el bicho?
Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Muy bien, ahí al aire. A ver dónde están las cosas. El Choco lo aguanta tranquilamente este, ¿eh? Pues tendrían que ser fáciles de ver, pero...
You deserve a rest.
Ah, mira ahí.
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. Right. That should do it.
Venga, siempre. Vamos a buscar la escoria esa, la quimera. Visto lo visto, cobraremos ya la misión. Y ya mañana, si eso, continuamos con Lore. Mañana ya sí Lore. ¿Cuánto? ¿Ah? Este se ve desde el centro.
Good girl.
Un segundo, es que me pica el ojo. Uy. Uy. Los lagazos no podían faltar, por supuesto. Míralo.
Thanks, girl.
Este parece que está mazado, Gorgímera. Este está un poco mazadillo. Alerta. Ataque delta. ¡Para empezar a comer esto! ¡Es un normal! Tiene vida, Coño, ya, hombre. Coño, 70.000. Se ha pasado a otros pueblos, Pueblos. Pueblos. 4 pueblos. ¡Que te mueras ya! Ay, siempre se me olvida hacer eso. Mira cómo vuelve ahí. Mira, oricalco. Qué bien. Esto para la última espada. Tirorito, tiro. Tirorito, tiro. Tirorito, tiro. Esto mío. Sí, igual puedo ir contra el dragón ya. No sé. El dragón estaba... Ah, en Sunbreak. Vamos a intentarlo. Me siento más poderoso ahora. Si me mata, pues me mataron y ya está. No. Sí, para allá.
Let's go.
Lo que pasa es que contra este titán... No igual. No, al revés. Ya, ¿qué pasa con el señor este? La otra vez me violó fuertemente. Porque es por aquí, ¿verdad? A ver, si no me desvío. Sí. Una rubia de los valles. Otra rubia de los valles. Esto, uff. Ya no está ahí el majetón de paseo.
Be safe.
Vaya hostia. Vaya hostia otra vez. Para siempre. Ok, que nadie hasta ahora. Hala, venga, va. Hola, Carter, que me falta Odin, digo yo. No me lo puedo creer. Danza final. Madre mía. ¡Dios! Menos mal. Estaba ya sin pociones. Nada, otro nivelcillo más. Otro oricalco. Reliquia empiria y ámbar. Eso solo sirve para vender, por lo que veo. No, ni sencillo no ha sido, el Limao. La muerte. Nah, vamos a la guarida. Y San Chimpún. ¿Gomínula? Es que si va El especial de Shiva quita mogollón de estamina. Sí, lo maté, Hemos limado la muerte, pero le maté. Nada, y ahora vamos a cobrar. A ver si con lo que manda puedo hacer algo con el herrero, que no creo todavía. Y tipo. Ahora ya solo es hacer la principal. No nos distraerá nada. Ahí está, todo limpito. El dragón ahí ya está, chao. Aquí tengo tus hierbas.
Yote, I brought back all the
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another
I'm very glad to hear.
You and his grace are very much alike. You think only of how you might help others.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked...
I am honored, but I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Pues cuando nos pasemos el juego, pues me pillo los DLCs, pues ya está completo. Puedo empezar ya el DLC. Adiós. A las recompensas, por favor.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
Fe imperecedera.
Here you are.
Ya solo me quedan 2, Pero me quedan todavía un mogollón de... Hasta 850. Eso es un porrón de secundarias todavía,
Best of luck out there, Sid.
How do you split the sea?
No, todavía tenemos que ir al territorio de Cenicia, o sea... Ahí seguro que habrá algún pueblo o algo.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of peppy if that's all. What do I owe the honor?
¿Dónde está tu amigo? Me falta acero oscuro y cuerno de batalla primitivo. 2 y 1.
That it? Fine.
No, vamos a ver qué tiene que decirnos en la biblioteca. Porque es solo ir a la biblioteca, que si no.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, and what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with them, but while I've always known it to be important, it's secret now. However, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal...
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced? I would think not. Few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Christian.
Wait, you said it waned on storm.
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ain't. And so, you see now why I must...
It would appear the past still has... Though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of... To think that you carried a copy of my old mentors. I am relieved to discover it in...
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Al comedor. De Clive total. Hola, León. ¿Qué tal, caballeros?
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery.
¿Y el plan es?
So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I are going. And a scout, preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps though, just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Ah, vale, se queda el barco.
I'll keep the ship and her
Vale,
crew
sí, ahí
safe.
se tiene que quedar el barco.
You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But very well.
¡Volando! ¿Que este puede volar?
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Es que es verdad, tío. Si no, no sé cómo llegar a ese barco volando.
I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Bueno, a ver cuántas secundarias nuevas hay ahora. Hostia, pues no sé si ya corto, ¡Otto! Que siempre vas como una moto. No, porque tengo que instalar todavía el Silent Hill 2. Y lo tengo que hacer ya. Vale, pero lo que quería ver que no hay misiones nuevas. Ni recados nuevos. Mañana solo. Bueno, solo. En principio, lore. Voy a ir saliendo ya del juego porque si no el PC va a explotar. Lo está jugando sin instalarlo.